Is that the book that it's based on?
No.
No.
Okay. Okay, good morning. Welcome, everyone. Today is
Monday, October 13th,
October
2017.
13th.
November 13th.
November 13th, 2017, and we're in one of the 7 great cities of the world. And what is our mantra?
When you give up hope, all will be hopeless.
Okay, so if
Never
anybody,
give up.
never give up. So if anybody wants to come up with one tomorrow, that would be great. Okay, so today, week 4, first day of week 4 is when we go from what goes on in our brain to other people. Does anybody agree with me that this was a big positive step today, this talk?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, why is your brow furrowed?
Because it just took me back in the past.
Okay.
I thought I would never make it. I mean,
Okay.
get this far.
Okay, cool. Now, let's go back and talk about something, and then we're going to see who's got memorization. Kevin?
Sure.
Brandon, good. T, you've got one? Okay, good. So, why do we do Coursera? And specifically, why do we do learning how to learn, the UCSD class? Chris? Coursera. Okay. Just come up with something. Okay, learn what? I didn't hear you, what? Learn, okay. Exercise our brain. How about you, Bakari? Why do we do Coursera in the morning? Learning how different parts of our brain work? Okay, Greg?
You see how our feelings are today, and we have.
Now, why do we do Coursera? Okay, well, we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to move on. So we do it for a few reasons. One is to learn.
I would submit that we do it to teach our minds an innovative new way to learn, a new way to think.
Well, okay, so another reason is we're doing college work. We're the only people, I can promise you, we're the only people in this jail every day who's doing college work from high-level universities. You know, tier 1 universities. We can get it. Nobody's totally lost, right? It might not be obvious. You might have to go over it a few times, but really lost, so that should give you confidence. In the time to learn, you can learn and understand things. Also, by osmosis, we learn to communicate by watching other people who communicate well. But I would say mainly the reason we do it is we do Coursera is to learn how things work. And if we know how things work, if something doesn't work right, what can we do? Fix it. You know, let's say you drive a car, you can be like a lot of people, I put the key in the ignition, I turn it, it goes. If I know how to fix the car and I turn the key and it doesn't go, what do?
Pop the hood.
Yeah, I try to figure out, okay, is it a battery, is it an alternator? You know, what's the problem? If I don't know how a car works and I turn the key and it doesn't start, what do?
Well, somebody does.
Yeah, I have to call somebody. Say, oh, well, you know, your battery's dead. Oh, how'd that happen? I don't know. It's kind of hot outside. Did you have the air conditioner running without the car turned on? Oh, yeah, I did that. Okay, well, what's going to happen if you do that? If it's a hot day and you turn the air conditioner on, but your car isn't running. You're going to drain the battery. But if you don't know that, right, it's a big magical, mysterious type thing. So we do it so we learn how our brain works doesn't seem to go as we planned, we have tools to be able to go back and say, what could I have done differently? Or what should I do next time? Okay, so that's why we do Coursera. And now, before we go on to talking about tribal leadership and David Logan, let's do our memorization. So what do you have, Kevin?
Excuse me, Amazing Grace.
Not on the list, but okay. Who else? Brandon, what do you have?
This is just beautiful.
Okay, that's on the list. What are you going to do, Keith?
A smile.
Smile. Okay, good. Who here has done Jabberwocky? No one? Okay. What's the last one you've done?
I just did the first two. I have Jabberwocky written down though. I just haven't memorized it yet.
Okay. Scott?
What's the last one I did?
Yeah.
The red wheelbarrow.
I had to write it down, but I do have that one.
Okay, we're in week 4, guys. So we need to be up at least to, you should be at least working on how do I love thee, let me count the ways. You should be looking at it every day. No? You do have books. No? Greg, no, I know you don't. Okay. You don't have a book. Okay, so I think Officer Allen has ordered books. Maybe we'll end early so we can get people's books and then just write them by hand, which is a great way to memorize, is if you write it. My son, who's in his 3rd week of basic training in the Army, intelligence collector at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, told me that last week they issued him their rifles. There's no ammo in it, but you need to carry your rifle around and get used to it. Were you in the Army, Kevin?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Were you at Leonard Wood?
No,
Okay.
it's also a prison there.
Oh, okay. So they carry their guns around, but he said, would you please send me something that's in the book? I think it's in the book. On page no, it's from Henry V. And it starts out, once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more, or we'll close the wall with our English dead. Times of stillness. So he wanted that so that he could talk about that with his friends, or not his friends, but the guys in the platoon, so when they're running, to get people energized to release what in their brains?
Endorphins.
To yell out, once more into the breach, dear friends, once more. A little shot of adrenaline. So here's an interesting story. So the first day they went out running. So this is the start of week 2 in basic training, right? Week 1, you do what, Kevin?
Just orientation, I guess.
You get your equipment,
Yeah,
go to the doctor, dentist, all that.
get your haircut.
Yeah, so week 2 is when it starts. So they started there at 3:30 in the morning. They get you out of bed, kind of like you see in the movies, and they have to go for a run. So they start out, my son starts in the middle and gets up to the 2nd row. And it's pitch black, and the guys in front have flashlights that look like lightsabers. One of my son's favorite movies is Seabiscuit. Anybody see that movie?
Oh, yeah.
So what was the thing about Seabiscuit?
It was smaller than most of the horses.
Okay, so my son
He was afraid of fire
gets up
bells
to the second.
initially. He was afraid of fire bells initially,
Okay, well,
so they trained that out of him.
yeah, but he was a horse that wouldn't quit, right?
Well, yes.
So my son gets up to the 2nd row, the end of the 1st mile, 2nd mile, getting close to the end of the 2nd mile. The guy in front of him who has the flashlight says, I can't do it, man. You need to take over. So he hands my son the flashlight. And the drill sergeant is there, and everybody's in a pack, and it's now getting spread out. And the drill sergeants in the back are starting to yell at the guys in the back to get a move on because they don't want this thing to be half a mile long, right? You gotta be running. This could be like, I don't know, 5-mile run, 2-mile run. So my son has the thing, and then he has a recollection of Seabiscuit. And then he takes off. And it's pitch black, and all of a sudden he hears the drill sergeant yell out, "Hey, asshole, get back here." And he said that was one of the greatest feelings he had in his life because of that. And the drill sergeants, of course, would now remember, right? Here's this guy that just took off on the first day of running. So, we're going to get into this. Does everybody know which ones we're supposed to do?
I thought I had them, but one time I didn't.
They're all marked that.
You have them marked in your book? Okay, so for the people who have a book or don't have a book, I'm going to read you the page numbers.
Okay.
Just put down these numbers on your page.
I'm circling.
12
12.
and 13. Okay, that's the red wheelbarrow and purple cow. 14, Pledge of Allegiance. 15, Beautiful. 19, Mr. Mentu. 20, How Do I Love Thee? Let Me Count the Ways. 21, Jabberwocky.
23.
So I think that T should have fun with that.
23.
Jabberwocky, and then 41, Charge of the Light Brigade.
41. Okay.
41.
Yeah.
Okay.
12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, and 41.
Okay. So,
Okay.
you ready?
Sure.
Okay, good. So who's going to do the countdown?
I got it.
Okay. Are you ready? Take the camera once we're going. Okay. Action.
3.
Beautiful, beautiful places are they that where the pleasant,
Light?
the light of the pleasant there to,
Spirit there.
and then beautiful. No. Beautiful hands are they that wear good and noble, true, good and
Hands
noble
that do deeds that are
deeds are good and noble, the deeds are
Deeds that are noble, good and true.
good and true. That
are they that go.
that they go swiftly to lighten another's wall.
Good job. Okay, who's sticking with it?
Purple cow.
Okay.
I never hope to see one.
But I never saw.
I never saw a purple cow. I never hope to see one, but I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather not to be one.
I'd rather
Close.
see than to be one.
see than be one. But you already did this.
Yes.
Okay, so you're just doing it again.
Yeah, I was just trying to go back to my
Okay,
days.
good, good. So that was much smoother.
All right, and then the red wheelbarrow. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow. Glazed beside the
With what?
rainwater, besides the white chickens.
Good, great.
Well
Good
done.
job.
Kudos, kudos.
Okay, good job. Sticking with it. Did everybody notice him breathing out?
Yes,
That cortisol
I
out?
certainly did. I certainly did.
Okay, Kevin. Now, what was your MOS?
76 Quebec Public Affairs.
Oh, cool. Okay. Action.
To Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Found. 'Twas blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. how
Precious.
Exhale.
Precious did that.
How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many troubles, toils, and snares, through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Twas great that brought me here thus far, and grace will lead me home. Lord has promised good to me. His word my hoe secures. His will my shield, and his word my shield and
Portion.
his word my shield and portion be as long as life endures. Through many troubles, when we've been here 10,000 years, and he has a son, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first began.
Is that it? Yeah. Good job.
Outstanding job.
Good. How many words was that?
136.
Okay.
Something like that.
Now you can sign your books. That little box at the bottom, you get these things done. That will give you a little nudge to want to do more, the more you get filled in, the more you're going to want to fill in.
Excellent,
That's
Kevin.
what
Excellent.
neurotransmitters do. Transmitter is going to make you want to fill in more once you start doing.
Oxytocin.
No, dopamine, right.
Dopamine.
Oh.
Okay, here, you ready?
Yes,
Which one are you doing?
Good job, Jack.
I'm going to do a smile.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
You've done this one before, right?
No,
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, you ready?
3, 2.
first, a smile. Unknown author.
Okay, now you're on
I'd like
the whole
to
world. You want to have your glasses
dedicate
hanging
this
down like that?
to my little brother, Hunter Hayden, who passed away this Saturday. A smile.
Wait, cut. I think for people watching, it's either better to have your glasses on or off, but not hanging down.
Okay,
Because
leave
it's
them
going to
off.
look weird to people.
Just leave them off.
Okay, action.
3.
I'd like to dedicate this poem to my little brother, Hunter Hayden, also known as Super Crip, who died this Saturday. A smile. Let those who cheer for the winning one, let them who cheer for the winning one, there's one that I hold worthwhile, who does the best he can, then loses with a smile. Beaten he is, but will not stay down with the rank and file. Will win another day, who loses with a smile.
You got 2 words wrong.
I love you, little bro. You will always be in my heart and my mind. Only you stood by me and believed in me when everyone else judged me for my faults and blamed me for their own inadequacies. You will not die in vain, my little brother. You're officially from the gang. R.I.P.
Good. Thank you. Anybody else? So Nathan, you know. Yes. Okay, you gotta hang. Okay, good. Okay, so first question, Armando.
Was he a good presenter?
Okay.
And I said yes, because I just felt lucky to learn from a USC professor. I'm a big fan of the school.
Okay. So that was what emotion?
Okay.
Okay. Now attach it to a neurotransmitter. What would that be?
That would be maybe oxytocin. Maybe
What else?
serotonin.
Could be serotonin, dopamine, learn something, okay, accomplish something. I love USC, I always wanted to learn something. Anytime something comes on from USC, I'm gonna wanna learn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Particular activation.
Scott,
Good presenter?
correct?
Excellent.
Yes, because.
He was persuasive, a little dry.
No,
but-
go to your emotions. What did you feel?
Oh, learned something and credible.
What did you feel? It's not a feeling. What's the feeling you felt when you learned something?
It felt good.
Break it down more. There's about a million shades of good. Maybe not a million. Okay. Hurry up.
I don't know why I'm having trouble with this morning.
Okay, well, because it's the hardest part. Because as Simon Sinek said, the part of our brain that this comes from, the limbic part of our brain, doesn't speak in language. So you got to take your emotions and you got to try to figure out words to describe them. It's not easy. And we've been conditioned to not, our feelings, we've been conditioned to use our brains. Kevin, good presenter.
I had a hard time with that. I wouldn't, to me, I don't think he was a very good presenter because I just didn't do a lot of anecdotal stuff and there wasn't a lot of structure to it for me.
Okay.
I thought he was persuasive.
Now, did you find yourself daydreaming, mind wandering?
No.
Huh, okay, okay. Brandon?
I say yes because.
Okay, don't say I say yes, just say yes.
Yes, because, interesting things that made me feel good about, the tribes and then.
Okay, just what did you feel? What did you feel?
I felt good and happy.
Okay, but what kind of good and happy?
It made me laugh and.
Do you remember one thing you laughed about?
I laughed sort of.
Did you laugh when he said, how could people be so dumb and yet live?
Yeah, like the DMV. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That was.
Nathan, good presenter?
Okay, yes.
Well, it's what you felt. This is what you felt. What you felt is what you felt. So there's not a right or wrong answer. This is what you felt. Okay, what did you feel?
Interesting.
Okay, curiosity. We're looking for the emotion.
Intrigue.
Okay, so why do we look for the emotion, Chris? Why is the first question based around what did you feel? Excellent, right, because good presenters make you feel something. It's not about making you think something. They make you feel something, and if you feel something, what are you going to do on your own? Pete, if you feel something.
You're going to continue to think.
You're going to think. You're going to think in a way to connect the dots the way you want them connected, which is really the way probably the presenter wanted you to connect the dots. He's going to throw the breadcrumbs out there, and you're going to anxiously be picking them up, and then you're going to follow wherever he goes. Okay, good. So, Bakari, good presenter? Okay, so you felt interested. So what neurotransmitter would that be? Might it be? Would it be endorphins? No, because what do endorphins do, Brandon? Greg, what do endorphins do?
No, they mask pain.
Mask physical pain. Physical pain. Not emotional pain, physical pain. Not spiritual pain. Not mental pain. Physical pain. So not endorphins, right? You didn't have any physical pain. So could it have been dopamine? If you're interested. Okay? So that could be like, I see an apple tree in the distance. and I get a shot of dopamine, that's gonna make me wanna do what?
Yeah.
Yeah, walk towards the apple tree to get the apple. And as I keep walking towards the apple tree, what happens? I get another shot of dopamine.
Oh, okay.
And the closer I get, I keep getting more. That compels me to keep going after the apple hard. And then what do I do when I get the apple?
Get more dopamine.
I get more dopamine. I go, yes, I got it. That's like task accomplished. So that's what dopamine does. Okay, second question is what, Kevin?
Was he persuasive?
Okay, was he persuasive?
I found him persuasive.
You found him persuasive, but you didn't feel anything.
Well, I felt he wasn't really giving us a good structure. I mean, I thought 5 stages, you know, I was ready, you know, like, but I got life sucks, DMV.
Okay, we'll get to that. Okay,
you know,
so what's one thing you learned? You said he was persuasive, so that means you what? Learned something.
Oh, about just how first stage people drop from other tribes and find like-minded people, for example.
Okay, good.
And their behavior
Scott, okay,
dictates.
good, excellent, good. Scott, was he persuasive?
Yes,
What did you learn? One
Learn-
thing. There's 100 things you could have learned.
there are
Name
5
one.
stages, what each stage is.
Okay, T, good presenter,
Yes.
or persuasive?
Very
What's one thing
persuasive.
you learned? Just
One.
one thing.
The 5 stages of tribal leadership.
Okay, Brandon?
Yes, he was persuasive.
Okay, so you don't have to repeat the question. Just say yes.
Yes, because
Not because I learned what?
because I learned how to, when I go back to my module, to get to talk to other people I haven't talked to yet.
That's why he's persuasive.
No, just that and just,
See, that's more of a feeling thing. I get to go back to my module and talk to guys about what I learned would be more of a feeling, right?
yeah.
So what's one thing you learned?
So,
Okay, so Chris is making these body power poses seem like he's got something on his mind.
No, performance is hard.
Right. Okay, what's one thing you learned?
The 5 stages and that leaders are fluent in all 5 stages.
Okay, good. So, you know, guys, this is one of the most things that we watch because it lays out where everybody else is. The thing is, people out there don't know this. They don't get there's 5 stages. And what is our fundamental goal?
To get to the 5th stage.
Well, okay,
Fundamental goal is to lead on to the next stage.
what did he say? Not, he didn't say lead, he said what?
Nudge.
Help.
Nudge. Okay, so there's a couple of things that we want to get out of this. One is just the awareness that everybody out there is members of tribes. Now, it's not one tribe. What's your favorite football team?
Oh, Los Angeles Rams.
Okay, Rams. Rams fans are a tribe. Now, what about basketball? A tribe. Baseball.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you're an LA fan. Okay. So now when you go to church, that's a tribe. So we're in all kinds of tribes. So one key thing is to don't think he's saying you're in one tribe. You're in multiple tribes. You could be in stage 1 or stage 2 at work, but when you go to church, you could be stage 4. We're great. You know, that's what they try to do up in North Las Vegas on the west side, is to get you to feel when you go to church, life is great, we're great. You know, our little community here, trying to help everyone else have a better life. But the second you walk out, or the Monday morning when you go to your job, at refinery oil or whatever it's called,
All hell breaking.
you're back down to stage 2, right? My life sucks. I've got bills. I've got all of these things. So one of the first things to get that you should write down in your notes here on the left-hand side is we are in multiple tribes. Just be aware of that. What we want you to do here, what we want as a takeaway, is from now on, wherever you go, you start asking the question, what kind of tribe am I in? And then you jump to what he said you need to do, which is what again, Scott?
That we need to
Nudge our tribe forward.
Yeah.
So we get into a tribe, we find it's at stage 1. What should we do?
Stage 1,
Yeah, what should we do?
we need to nudge ourselves and others into stage 2.
Nudge that tribe to stage 2. So to be successful at work, you walk in your first day, or your interview, or every day, and you just do a little check. Okay, what stage did I just walk? What stage tribe did I just walk into? Okay, I walked into a stage 2 tribe. Then you ask yourself, or you remind yourself that your goal is to do what, Armando?
To nudge people forward.
Nudge it forward to the next stage.
Great.
Okay, so it's not just I'm great. But so this is the ultimate takeaway. Guys, wherever you go and there's a group of people, you're walking into a tribe. Is a tribe. There could be a subset in your module. But it's us guys over here, and there's those guys over there. You could have it out in the rec yard. There's us guys. Whenever you feel there's an us and there's a them, guess what you're in?
A tribe.
A tribe. Loose and informal tribe, but if you get good at identifying the tribe you just stepped into, my job is to nudge them forward. According to Simon Sinek, what are you going to be? A leader. That's what you're going to. It's that easy. It's that simple. So now let's focus on the tribe. So what is tribe 1? Stage 1.
Sucks.
Okay.
2%.
Life sucks. So what does that mean?
Thankfully, Mr. Logan stated that only 2% of people look at life.
Forget about that. Not how many are there? What does it mean? Okay. Who said that? Okay. So, but what does that mean? So if life sucks, what are you permitted to do?
Form tribes.
No. What are you permitted to do?
Nudge yourself.
No. What are you permitted to do if your view is life sucks?
Nudge yourself forward.
No.
That's how you're gonna behave.
Huh?
Everything around yourself.
So what's okay? What's okay to do? What's acceptable behavior? Do whatever you feel. Okay, what were you going to say, T?
Antisocial.
Okay, so if life
Socialize
sucks,
with other rebels.
okay, if life sucks, you believe you're free to do whatever the fuck you want to do. If you want to go into a movie theater and shoot people up, if you want to drive your car into a group of people, that's okay. Because life sucks and it's totally meaningless. We're just atoms in the void.
Giving up hope.
Okay? Hope, what's that? There is no hope. That's a story that losers believe. Right?
Yes.
If you are at stage 1, so you really need to get. And what did David Logan say to us in the email about stage 1? He said, I don't really get it. I'll be honest with you, I don't really get stage 1. It's hard for him to wrap his mind around it. But that's what stage 1 is. So when you see people, anything I want to do is fucking okay because I feel like it. That means they don't care about other people and they are at a stage 1 level. What did he say about Frank Jordan? Does anybody remember Frank Jordan? We talked about Frank Jordan. Who's Frank Jordan? He became the mayor of San Francisco. First black mayor of San Francisco. Chief of police. He was living at stage 1. Probably no dad, no mother wasn't, whatever. Just really serious problems for him as a kid, growing up. His view of the world was stage 1, life sucks. All of life sucks. Not my life, just all of life totally sucks. And then he walked into a what? Boys and Girls Club in San Francisco. He probably didn't walk in, he was probably dragged in. or told he has to go in there. And what was his reaction? What did David Logan say Frank Jordan's reaction was when he walked in?
He didn't want to walk, he just wanted to sit down and.
He sat down with his arms folded, right? And did what?
How you change life.
No, he didn't think about how he could change his life.
He just thought his life sucked because
He then
didn't
said what?
belong.
My life sucks. He didn't say life sucks. He looked around at other kids having fun who were probably kids leaving from school or seeing around the neighborhood or whatever. They're having fun. And he now all of a sudden said, man, my life really sucks. And David Logan said that was what? Progress.
Progress.
Because he went from life sucks to my life sucks. So,
Aha moment.
so stage 2,
My life sucks.
my life sucks. So when you are able to say my life sucks, what does that mean you're able to do?
I can do it, say you can do it.
Well, you can differentiate your life, right, from all of life. If you say life sucks, that includes everybody. If you say my life sucks, now what did you just do?
Separated
You
yourself.
separated yourself and looked at these people and said, well, their life doesn't suck, my life sucks. And he said, that's progress. Okay, what's stage 3? Kevin,
I'm great, you're not.
okay. Okay, so the key thing there,
Park and stay.
the key thing to get is the you're not. I'm great, you're not. And what does that cause people to do?
Compete.
Exactly, perfect, perfect answer, causes us to compete. Now, bracket for a second on television. What is the purpose of television?
To brainwash you.
To hypnotize us, okay? So if you're a little bit hypnotized and you're at a stage 3 tribe and a car commercial comes on, what are they gonna try to get you to believe?
But you need that car.
If you're great, this is the car great people have.
Right.
This is the car great people have. So if you're a really great player, you need to do what? Get the car or the watch or whatever it is. It's that simple. It's that fundamental. They find it. Why do they go after? Why do advertisers go after stage 3 people?
So they can feel great.
Okay, but why do they go after? Why not go after stage 2 people? Why not make them feel great?
So their life suck.
One word, hubris.
No,
No.
Make money.
they have money.
Oh.
People in stage 3 have money, and they're going to spend it. Do people in stage 2 have money?
No.
Generally, they don't have money, or they're afraid to spend it. I was with some people yesterday that make all kinds of money, but their attitude is they're afraid they're going to run out of money. That they won't even spend $50
Wow.
on something. So, but people who are at stage 3, that I'm great, you're not, things that fit into that, well, if you're really great, this is what you need to have, because great people have this. Okay, stage 4 is what?
We're great.
We're great. So let's focus on that for a second. How do you go from I'm great, you're not, to we're great? How do you get people, a whole bunch of people, to go from I'm great, you're not, competing with one another, right, to
Working
we're
together.
great?
Be different, be weird, find a common.
Okay, that was Zappos. That was to be a little bit weird.
And you're working together towards something greater than yourself.
Okay, good answer, right. So you have to take your personal things that makes you feel great, put them off to the side, and adopt some common goals. Their thing was, we're great, we're the best shoe sales internet company out there. And we're looking for people who are a little bit weird to help us spread that message around the world. So if you get on board that, you have to pick your personal things and do what with them? You got to put them off to the side. Okay, well, I am great, you're not, but when I'm at work and we're on the same team, we're great. And then stage 5. Stage 5 is life is great. Okay. So now let's go back and talk about some of the things he said. So if our goal, what is our goal? What is our take home? What is the goal we say we want to accomplish from here with this?
Match people.
Recognize a group of people.
Whenever we're going out there from now on, recognize the group of people. When COs are together, what are they?
Their tribe.
What stage?
5.
2.
No,
We're great.
3.
We're great.
Stage
2.
Okay, so the city of Las Vegas wants people that work for Metro to believe this is the best police department in the whole country. That's what the city, that's what the sheriff wants to instill, those beliefs. We are the best, and this is the safest city in the country.
I don't want to get off.
between 3 and 4, maybe.
Okay, so a lot of people, officers, have an attitude of, I'm great, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Probably very few say, my life sucks. Why?
Doesn't,
They're making 80 to 100.
they're paid
a year.
a flipping
Okay.
fortune.
Well, it could be that, but it also could be the people they're around all day are what?
They all believe they're the shit.
They're lower than them. So
Oh,
it would
yeah.
be kind of hard for me to believe my life sucks if I'm a correction officer and I'm around people whose life really does suck.
Right.
Okay? So that's probably why
Stepping
they're
into
at
sensitive
stage
territory
3.
here
I'm
we
great,
are.
you're not. Huh?
Stepping into sensitive territory here we are.
For who? Sensitive for who? You?
Yes.
It's sensitive to you?
Hmm.
Okay, well, you should just take that sensitivity and just put it off to the side.
Yes, sir.
Not put any emotion in it. Okay? Because if you're putting emotion into it, who's controlling you?
But what about when your life does suck?
Okay, who's controlling you?
I am.
Well, the other people are controlling you.
The officers are controlling.
Yeah, if you have this belief that it's sensitive territory, and you find yourself, ding, 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 you find yourself
Yes, I do.
releasing neurotransmitters, cortisol, and frustration, that should be a thing, a step outside and then say, okay, I'm just going to put that over here, those emotions over here. Okay, so what is the job? So again, there's 2 things. One was, Greg said, is to do what? What's the first thing we want to do? Our takeaway?
Recognize a group of people.
Yeah, whenever we're going around, just get in the habit of being able to just automatically know what kind of tribe that you will just walk into or you're observing. And if you know what kind of tribe you're observing, is that good to know? It's good to know.
Because it lets you know moment by moment where you stand and more importantly, where you want to go.
Okay, well, if you're good at being able to identify these other tribes, if you happen to come in contact with that tribe, are you better equipped?
Yes.
Yeah. And who's at, my life sucks, what do you really want to occur?
Hopefully you want to make it better.
Right.
You're not
Want to drive
resigned.
them forward, right?
You're not resigned.
Okay. If you walk into a group that's actually stage 3, but you think it's stage 2, what's going to happen?
They're not going to be well equipped to adapt.
Yeah. Okay, so that's like the doctors, 3
well.
doctors in an elevator. That's like 3 doctors in an elevator. One guy says, well, I'm better than you are, and the other guy says, no, you're not. You know, we're not going to argue with you about it, but you didn't change my belief. So if you walk into a stage 3 tribe and you think they're stage 2, they already think they're great. Are you going to help them think they're great? If you walk into a stage 2 tribe, what's your goal?
Well,
What's your goal?
To nudge them to stage.
Nudge them to stage 3. But if they're already at stage 3, you think they're at stage 2, stage 3, what are they going to think of you?
No.
Yeah,
Somebody.
yeah. That's one reason it's important. We got to nudge people forward, but we can't nudge them forward unless we actually know where they are. So automatically be good at identifying what stage we're part of, and then figure out how to nudge them forward. Now, what do we need to do to nudge people forward? Is that a thinking thing? Nudging a thinking thing? If I use the word nudging, do you think that's a emotional term or a
Thinking term.
nudging?
Emotional, physical.
If I nudge you, what am I doing?
Pushing.
Is that a thinking thing? No,
An action.
that's an emotional thing. It's a physical thing. I'm nudging you. I'm pushing you forward. Are you going to feel being pushed? I came and nudged you?
Yeah.
So nudging people means we need to do what?
Get them to feel.
Yeah. We need to make them feel. We need to release neurotransmitters in their brains to get them to the next level. And what was the example he used for Martin Luther King? I have a dream. Why is that so famous? What did it make people do?
Feel.
Come together.
What it made people feel. Now, does anybody remember Simon Sinek using that line? What did he say? Okay, Simon Sinek talked about, and we're going to see it again this week, of Martin Luther King saying, I have a dream, vision. You have to be able to see it. In order to release dopamine, people need to be able to see the task accomplished. So to nudge people forward, we need to release neurotransmitters in their brain. So now, if we want to get people to stage 5 and if they're at stage 2, why don't we just start talking at stage 5? What did he say?
That's it.
Okay, so this is one of the rules.
Tribes can only hear above and below their level.
How far?
1 degree.
1 stage above or below. To guys that are at stage 1, what level do you have to talk to them?
Stage 2.
Stage 2. It's stage 3.
They won't comprehend.
They won't.
They won't hear it. They can't comprehend it. Their brains can't process on that. You can't be talking about, I'm great, you're not. Forward to stage 3. You can't talk stage 3 to somebody at stage 1 because they don't hear it, because they believe what?
They can do whatever the hell they
Not
want.
their life sucks. Life sucks.
Yep.
All of life sucks. So if you're telling me you're great, that makes no sense. You're not great. Life sucks. So how do you have to talk to somebody at stage 1? Yeah, not life sucks. Your life sucks. And that's what they did with Frank Jordan. They got him into the Boys and Girls Club, and he was able to see that it wasn't life, that capital L life that sucked. It was just his life that sucked. And all he needed to do to get his life to not suck was to do what? Well, but actually he needed just to do what? He needed to do, when he was sitting there saying life sucks, and then he saw, well, actually it's my life that sucks. What did he need to do? Huh? Yeah, and he just needed to what?
Change his life,
Do something.
do something about it.
Okay? All he needed to do was go from this and go play basketball. What if he played basketball for half an hour? He's running up and down. What's going to happen? 10 minutes.
Exercise.
What's going to happen?
Endorphins.
Endorphins. So how's that going to make him feel?
Good.
Good. So he's automatically going to feel good. One way to get people from stage 2 is just to get them out there moving. Because what's going to happen? Nature is going to what?
Physical side takes over.
Nature is going to release endorphins.
Endorphins.
And you're going to feel good because it's going to mask physical pain. That's just one thing.
Happiness.
Okay, what else could we do to get a guy to go from stage 1 to stage 2 over here? Give him a task. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go play basketball for 10 minutes. I don't want to play basketball. I know, but you have to go play basketball for 10 minutes. Well, I don't want to. Just go do it. Okay? When he goes and does it, his brain
Release
check.
dopamine.
Gonna release
That's
serotonin, serotonin and
He's
dopamine.
going to feel what? A
Dopamine.
little good.
Yeah.
If you say you need to play basketball for 10 minutes, okay, 9 minutes to go, what's going to happen? Little
Small
bit
shot,
of
small
dopamine.
shot of, yeah, dopamine.
8 minutes to go, 2 minutes. I hate this sucks, but I have 1 minute to go. Little shot of dopamine, then it's okay, 10 minutes is up. Now what's he going to feel? Good. Has anybody ever gone into a bar and sang karaoke?
Yeah.
Or as you might say, karaoke.
Yeah.
Not really karaoke, but that's how people say it. Okay? How did you feel before you went up? Oxytocin, right?
Cortisol.
Or cortisol, right? How did you feel when you were done?
Feel better, more relief.
Felt good, right?
Yeah.
How about you, T?
Feels great, especially with doing it with others.
Yeah. Okay. Why? Because we have neurotransmitters released in our brain. So that's how we nudge people forward, is we got to figure out, do I need to get released in this person's brain? And being a good presenter makes people do what?
Feel.
Feel. And so if they feel, what has to happen in order for you to feel something?
To release neurotransmitters.
You know, you can feel pain just by getting a cigarette put out in your hand. But to feel good, you need neurotransmitters released. So how would we go from stage 2 to 3? Who's got an idea? Okay.
I would submit repeated positive accomplishments and personal
Okay, so what are we
accomplishments.
trying to get a guy to believe?
That he's great.
That'd be awesome.
That he starts out with what?
I'm not great.
My life sucks. Okay, you need him to go to what? I'm great what?
Awesome. And you're not.
You're not.
Oh, well, you're not, you're not.
Okay, I'm great, you're not. But you could have a little carve out there to say, well, you're my sensei, you're my teacher. So I'm not going to say I'm great, you're not. I'm going to be great compared to everyone else. So how do you get a guy to go from 2 to 3?
You can have to be on the same page they are.
So what do you fundamentally need to do to get him to do that? Nudge him forward, you need him to feel something. And you basically need to say, okay, I got to get this guy from believing my life sucks to I'm great, you're not.
Pump his ego up.
Pump his ego up.
Dopamine.
But you have to pump his ego up on something that he what?
Trust.
Believe in.
He believes.
Believes to be right.
If you try to tell a guy, boy, you've really got good handwriting,
When he writes like a
because you
5-year-old.
think you can just say to somebody, your handwriting is good, and then all of a sudden it's going to be good. Remember, with the reticular activation system, your belief has to fit your self-image. So you have to pump up his ego, which means you need to start with what? Something that he's good at. Okay? So let's just imagine Frank Jordan, kid sitting there like this. They say you need to go out and play basketball. And he gets out there And now what do you need, would you pump up his ego? Come up with an example.
If he makes a basket, compliment, if he makes a basket, compliment him on his ability to play basketball.
On his ability to play basketball,
Tell him
because
he's
he made one
good
basket.
Good.
Or you could say, you know what, you have natural talent. What if you said you have natural talent to a guy who's really not that good? They made a shot. You don't say it when they missed the shot. You say it when they made a shot, right? What? You've got natural talent. What are you actually saying to him?
Making you feel good.
What are you actually saying in his brain? What does that translate to?
I'm big man.
No. What?
I'm great.
Get your talent up.
Practice. You need to practice. You could say to a kid who makes a shot, who just got out there and he made a lucky shot, you could say, God, that was a lucky shot. Now what did you just do? What did you release in his brain?
Cortisol.
Yeah, just like, fuck you.
Right.
Okay? Why are you raining on my parade?
Right.
Why are you doing that? Okay? Or you could say, you know what, God, you've got natural talent. Now what happens in his brain?
Oxytocin gets released.
Serotonin, probably, pride,
Yep.
right? Or
And hopefully with the reticular
Task
activation
accomplished.
system, if he believes he's got talent, he will begin to have
he
show
will
talent.
act as talent, which means they practice. They want to get better. Okay, so going from stage 2 to stage 3, what level can you talk at? What levels do you talk at to go from 2 to 3? The guy's at 2, what levels does he hear?
My life sucks.
Okay, he hears the level he's on. Nudging forward, right?
Oh, okay.
That's the culture of the DMV.
I'm
That's
great.
why the DMV is a stage 2 culture, because everybody's in there talking about how my life sucks. Nobody's nudging them to the next level. Okay, how do you take what level a guy at stage 2, you want to get him to stage 3, what can he hear? Stage 2, but is that going to nudge him forward?
Mm-hmm.
If you just emphasize how his life sucks? If you talk about stage 0, can he hear that?
No.
He can hear that, because as Kevin said, you can hear one level above and one level below. So if you're at stage 2, stage 1, which is life sucks. But you can say, well, I don't think it sucks. I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree. So if the guy's at 2, you want to get him to 3. 1, 2, can you hear level 3? Yeah. Why? 1, because it's only one level. We're great. Say you work at a 7-Eleven store. You take pride in the 7-Eleven. You think you work at one of the best 7-Eleven in Las Vegas. The boss just hired a moron who's at stage 2. Can you talk to him about, congratulations, you're at one of the best 7-Elevens in Las Vegas?
Yes, you can.
No. Why not?
He needs to get to stage 3.
Because he can't hear 2 levels above. He can't hear from stage 2 to stage 3. He's saying, my life sucks, and you're trying to say we're great?
Oh, you meant stage 4. I thought you meant stage 2 and 3.
Stage 4. He's at stage 2.
Oh.
Can you talk at stage 4? No. It's not going to have any meaning to him. He's thinking, my life sucks, and you're trying to say, congratulations, you're at one of the best 7-Elevens in Las Vegas. We keep winning awards every year. What do you need to get him? Yeah.
Skills up, getting used to making the place look good. And you say you're awesome at making it look good, and then you say, you know what? We're awesome. We're great.
Exactly. That's exactly what you need to do. You need to get the guy to get him to believe I'm great, you're not. Okay, so Greg, here's what we're going to have you do. You are going to become the best Mr. Guy here. That's all we need you to do. Okay, your life sucks. You know what? I've been watching you for a little while. You're pretty meticulous on the stuff that you do. The best cash register guy we have in the store. If you're the best cash register guy we have in the store, is that I'm great, you're not?
Yeah.
By definition, right? I'm the best cash register guy we have in the store. I'm great at the cash register, you're not. We got you to stage 3, right? So what do we need to do to get you to stage 4?
Try something else.
Okay?
Nurture the talent that he has at the cash register and say, you're pretty good at the cash register, but you'd be really good at stocking shelves.
Okay, well, that's going from I'm great at this to now I'm great at that.
To try. I want to help other people.
Huh? Okay, well, one thing could be that, but he needs to, what did David Logan say? You need to take, put it over here and adopt common values. What's the common value that we want to share in our store?
Customer service.
We're the best what?
Store.
We're the best store. So
Yeah.
you need to go from I'm the best guy at the cash register, part of the best store in this fucking town. You need to say, you know what? In order for us to have the best store, maybe, yeah, I need to show other people how to be as good. I need to show them the tricks I have at doing the cash register. Say, you know what? Yeah, I am the best guy at the cash register, but right now, we need somebody to clean the bathrooms. Because it's more important to me for our store to look good than just to have people say, you did a good job at the cash register. Steve Garvey, who's that?
LA Dodgers.
LA Dodgers, the Indians career, the San Diego Padres, was my partner in business called Steve Garvey's Greatest Hits, which was putting jukeboxes, CD jukeboxes in bars. So Steve Garvey told me he's never win a World Series with Tony Gwynn on the team. All he cares about is his batting record. All he cares about is winning the National League batting title. So what is that? What would that mean Tony Gwynn is at?
He's at 3.
Stage 3. I'm great, you're not. I've got the National League batting title, you don't. If you believe that, what are you not going to do? If your goal is, I need to have the National League batting championship title, what are you not going to do?
Win the World Series.
No, what are you
You're not
not
gonna
going to do?
sacrifice for your teammates.
Exactly. You're not going to sacrifice for your team.
Runner ahead of the sacrifice bunt, that sort of thing.
Well, sacrifice bunt doesn't count as an at-bat. But let's say you have to ground out to second. You have to hit the ball to second, on the ground to second to get the guy in second to get to third.
Oh yeah, he's straight.
Is he going to do that?
No.
No. What's he going to try to do?
Hit a single.
No. He's going to try to hit a signal
Non-drive.
into the right side of the field.
Okay.
And he probably won't, right?
Right.
Because he's batting in the high 300s, so there's only 1 in 3 chance he's going to be able to do it. Whereas there'd probably be about an 80% chance he could just hit the ball to the right side. But no, I'm not going to do it because I need every point I can get to be the best league, have the National League highest batting average. So what happens to the team if they recognize the guy is stuck at stage 3?
Let's do it as well.
Maybe could blow the whole team apart and they don't win. What else?
He's kidding.
They all pull together to help him.
They try to nudge him forward. What happens if they get to the point of saying he's not gonna do it? He's gonna stay at stage 3. You start talking to the coach about maybe we need to trade this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brandon, what's happening? Where's your brain?
Wondering,
I know. People are not talking because you want to listen, but you're not participating. So
I am.
why are you
My
negative track?
meds are just getting just a little.
Think of something positive. Positive you can think of.
I got a question.
Wait, something positive you can think of?
Looking forward to get this house arrested.
Okay? Think about that, not think about whatever negative thing you're thinking of. Okay, next. So stage 4 are people who put their personal agenda, let's just call it that. They put their personal agenda to the side and they want to work for the team. For the team. Does anybody remember Simon Sinek talking about that with serotonin? They get up on stage, they won an award, they get up on stage and they say what? I want to thank God, I want to thank my family, I couldn't have done it without them, I want to thank my coach. He said, you know, they want to win one for the coach.
A personal hero, it's that point you just made, landed home with me. A personal hero of mine, a musician, current musician. I watched him accept awards recently, and he brought up his team, his 5.
So what does that mean?
Fellas, I could not have done this without fans, all the fans around the world. What you get out of me, what you love out of me, couldn't do it without these guys.
Okay.
And he said it publicly.
So what is that? What stage is he at?
4.
Right. Now, what would he say if he was stage 3?
Thank you so much. Thank you for the, the adoration, himself.
Correct. He wouldn't have talked about his team.
In fact, all he talked about was his team.
Okay, because he's at stage 4, but I'm saying if he was at stage 3. Probably if he was in stage 3, he wouldn't have gotten the award because his band wouldn't have done the things they needed to do to get the team or the band to where they are.
Yeah.
Okay, stage 5, life is great. I can't even talk about stage 5. I have a hard time, when I watch this thing, I have a hard time understanding what stage 5 is. Whenever he gets to stage 5, I have a hard time getting it. I can kind of get it.
If you don't mind me asking, Director, have you ever been anywhere, you personally, have you ever, because I think the answer could be yes, you've ever personally been close to stage 5 in your life?
Saying life is great.
Something tells me you have.
Like what?
Your background in the investment game.
Oh, well, that would probably be weird grade.
That would what?
Probably be weird grade.
Right.
So stage 5 is you have a budget. Go ahead.
What about your family? You raised 5 amazing children.
Yeah.
You are rich in family and you'll forever be immortal.
Well, okay. So that could be a weird grade, right? My family's great.
You made them.
My heritage and culture are great. I'm half German. So Italian design, German engineering, probably fantastic combination. What's better than that? What?
So you'll get back on that question in baseball, another title, or guy. So I read a book and it talked about bat now. One says 700, 800 National League. Now I got a historian baseball player. I mean, he got history from, I don't know, the 40s or something, historian of baseball. He said there was no batting average in the pros of 700, 800. No. There's not?
No.
But
The highest was Ty Cobb, he was at lifetime 400s. Ty Cobb was in his 70s. They had him watch Bob Gibson. Who's Bob Gibson?
On the hitter for the,
St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals. Very mean guy, would throw the ball at you if you got hit on. This is back in the old days when people did that. So Ty Cobb was in his 70s, and they said, "How do you think you do against Bob? Against
Gibson.
Yeah, against Gibson?" He said, "Oh, probably 350." Wait,
okay, good.
so I'd probably do 350. And they said, "Well, why do you say that? It's 412 or whatever. So you do 350 against Gibson?" He said, "I'm 70 years old."
Yeah.
But in Little League, they got, the coach said, one guy had 800 and he told me,
Okay, maybe in Little League.
okay, that's what I'm saying. So
Not in the real world.
Not in the real world. I know,
No.
it's a different atmosphere. I understand that.
Not in the real
I'll
world.
get
If you
ready
hit
to-
over 300 in the real world, you're making millions of dollars.
Okay, all right, I understand.
Wasn't Ted Williams was the greatest hitter ever?
Ted Williams was good, but not as good as
The
Mike
last
Cobb.
400 hitter.
Pete Rose was the best hitter.
Most hits, good, so you know your baseball stats. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Again, lessons learned, what?
Takeaway, recognize the group of people.
Okay, and then what?
Good job is to.
Figure out how to- Yeah. Have your guys, your crew, your goal when you get out with your crew.
To make us from good to great.
Yeah. To nudge them to the next level. And to do that, you can't go from stage 2 to stage 4. You have to go to what?
Stage 5, be stoic.
Well, first you have to do what?
Take them to 3.
Take them to 3, take them to 4, take them to 5. So the mistake people make is they think, I'm at stage 4, I can take people at stage 2 or stage 1 to stage 4. And it makes me feel good, but this is what guys think. I can do that, but they can't. They think they're at stage 5. Stage 5 is taking your weird rate, and your weird rate, and your weird rate, your tribes, and getting these different tribes together to be life is great. Yeah.
This is like in school where people fall under the radar. You're trying to get to a common goal, but without paying attention to each individual and their levels, their stages. And or sadly are brought to the end without even knowing the beginning.
Is stage 5 a way of, like, in comparing with baseball, with Tony Gwynn not thinking of his team, but when a player thinks in terms of what's best for the league instead of just my individual team?
Okay, so if Tony Gwynn was at stage 4, what would he say?
He would say the Padres are that we're doing great and they're not.
Now, to go to stage 5, it would be more like what? What would the analogy be?
Like the baseball.
Baseball is saving the world. Baseball is the greatest thing that has made the world what it is today.
Or in tribes saying, like, thinking in a way that doesn't benefit your tribe but benefits all tribes.
Yeah, that's what the truth and reconciliation thing you talked about was, where they brought together all of these South African, literally tribes, right? How many tribes are there in South Africa? Did you guess? Yeah, hundreds of tribes, different languages, dialects, customs, heritage. And he had this convention, this conference, where he brought all of these tribes together. It was basically, put your tribe's beliefs to the side and let's just focus on truth and reconciliation, because we don't want to go the way of, what country did he say? Well, he said Rwanda. We don't want to go the way of Rwanda, where everybody's just fighting against each other on truth and reconciliation. When they got people to put down their tribe's beliefs, to subordinate them to the bigger picture, then it worked. And in South Africa, it worked. Didn't work in Botswana, or what was called Rhodesia, right? Didn't work in Rhodesia, which then became Botswana, right? Yeah, okay. Robert Mugabe. Okay, anybody have anything else? And so recognize the tribe, just say, I think this is, in here it's mostly going to be what? Tribes. What tribes is mostly going to be of people in here? Huh?
College Street.
In jail?
Just us, our particular.
What tribe, when you go out here in jail, what is most of the tribes? 1 or 2. Okay, so I would say Greg was probably, when he's throwing sticks at cars, probably stage what?
1.
1. Okay, what stage do you think you'd be at now?
Stage 3.
I'm great, you're not?
No, I mean, I don't say life sucks no more, but so I'm not in stage 2.
Okay, so you're gonna find out next week, really is, that you can be a slave and still be at stage 5.
Oh, yeah, I seen that when it's at stage 4, which is, we're great, that people, and they say, oh, I'm good, and they had a nice day, we're doing this. And then it said, they couldn't, sometimes they're not happy, but rich people have a lot of friends. And they congratulate and have a nice time, champagne, party and everything, but then again, they don't, sometimes they're not happy about something.
Okay,
They just say they're happy. They get going through the emotion.
well, they're at the level of I'm great, you're not. And do I get a shot of dopamine or serotonin if I say you're great, I'm great, you're not?
Yes.
I can certainly get dopamine. Accomplished. I need to be better than everyone. How about serotonin? Remember he said serotonin can be gained, it can be tricked. I can just go buy expensive stuff and feel good. Okay, so how are we for time? Okay, so let's turn off our computers, pass our books forward or books back. Kevin, would you make the call?
Sure.
Okay.
I will shut this down.
I get it. Do it again.
Oh, go ahead.
That's all right.